YouTube. What is going on, guys? If you don't know me by now, it's the Red Mr. LFC Ninja. Guys, we went away to West Ham and we won. I was there. I went to see us in all our glory once again. Just a compelling victory. Compelling? Is that the right word? Just confident. West Ham just knew they weren't going to win. We don't even need to play that well. We just play to a level that just gets us. We just get the victory. We just play to a level like we recognize what they've got to offer our opponents, and we just we do enough that is more than what they can do to us, kind of thing. And then we just stay at that level and we just play consistent. They try and go up levels and improve their game. We just go up. When we recognize that, we just go up to another stage. So for us to have an unbelievable performance, guys, literally, it's going to take a good side to come at us. In my opinion, one of the best out-and-out performances I've witnessed this season was the victory at home against Man City, and rightfully so. It's Man City, but that's my point. We are rising to our position. Even Wolves, we know they're a good side, and yes, they caught us a bit cold. They was at home, they was amped. They have the players to damage us, and they can defend. But we rise to their level. We controlled the game. We wasn't great, but we controlled it. We did what we had to do. They got the counter-attacking goal, okay, but then we raise it again. Actually, we still didn't even play that well, but what I mean by we got the ball in the danger areas. That was the main thing. Don't matter how you do it. Doesn't have to look pretty how you do it. That don't get you extra points. We got it in the danger area, and Firmino got us the winner. So we always go up a level. We can win scrappy. Guys, we're literally unplayable. I'm noticing a lot of teams, like if you look on the screen right now, look at that, man. 5 at the back, 4 in midfield, 1 up top. The teams aren't even trying to score. And the thing is, we're not a City. We're not susceptible to the counter attack. We really aren't. We might concede 1 goal, but we're just not. So even if you attacked us, you're not going to win, because we can deal. We've got such pacey fullbacks and centre backs and physical centre backs, and arguably fullbacks are quite physical as well. Not physical, but they're like little. Like Robertson doesn't stop kicking at your ankles. Trent will run back and try and he'll get beaten, but then he'll come back. He just at your ankles like a little terrier dog. Both of them guys do that, and the centre backs are obviously more physical and strong, and so we're just so dynamic at the back. So you can't even beat us on the counter attack. It's just so organised. The midfield protects our defence like all day long, protects it, and then obviously supports our attack. I don't think there's a weakness. Honestly, guys, I literally think you have to outplay us with the ball. And you've got to be something special. And the only team that probably could outplay us in possession of the ball is probably a full strength Man City and probably a Real Madrid. I don't know what kind of shape they're in. We're about to find out with those two go head to head in the Champions League. But guys, we just seem like we just have that solidity within the team. It's insane, guys. It is insane. Anyway, let's jump back into this West Ham post-match review. So, guys, you can see the team there. Roberto Firmino was my pick, man of the match. If you saw the preview, it was a quick preview because I was going to the game. I didn't have time to do this tonight. I intended to pull it out a few days before, but just didn't have time. I have to work. I've got other things to do. So, yes, but, guys, this was the team I went for. So, obviously, Alisson, Van Dijk, Gomez, Trent, Robertson, Henderson, Chamberlain, Wijnaldum, Firmino, Salah, Divock Origi. On the bench, Minamino, Curtis Jones, Naby Keita, Firmino, Lovren, Matip, Adrian, and then obviously the injuries, guys. Lallana, Shaqiri, Sadio, Milner. Although Sadio is definitely injured, Shaqiri, I'm a bit iffy, not sure. Lallana has recovered, I think, and just didn't make the squad. And also Milner is practically ready, is quite close, I believe. Not sure on those. And obviously the only one on the peripheral really at the moment is the young boy. Why have I forgotten his name? Anyways, you can see his picture there. You know what I'm talking about. So guys, West Ham came out with Fabianski in goal, Diop, Agbonny and Creswell along the back, Masuaku left back, Ngakia right back, Snodgrass, Rice, Noble, Lanzini across the middle, and Haller. Man, West Ham's problem, I'll tell you this, and I'm not being racial or anything, but they actually have the African school of defending. Ngakia, Diop, Ugbonna and Masuaku. You can't have that many African defenders in your side. I'm not even joking. I shouldn't have really said that, but you can't, because those guys, right? And I'm mixed race. My father's Nigerian, right, and my mother's white. So, but guys, honestly, those guys. It is once in a while when you find an absolute diamond when it comes to defending. Attacking midfield, oh, all day long, fantastic. But when it comes to defending, you know, I know we've got the guy at Napoli and Senegal who's absolutely outstanding, but yeah, I don't know about that. I just think there's too many. I think you can have one, like a partnership, maybe like a Bono and Creswell, or maybe two. Maybe you can get a centre back in there and one on the left back or the right back. I don't know, but having four in there, right? I don't know about that. Not for me. Yeah. So guys, West Ham didn't really pull no punches. They just was what it was. They was quite bland. We controlled the game, did what we had to do. It was simple, really. It was what it was. Great counter-attacking goal from Oxlade-Chamberlain. It was definitely a penalty, definitely a foul. Great take from Salah. Salah could have had a few others. I think this is probably his best game in a long time. I probably think he was probably man of the match. Not actually sure who got man of the match. I can't remember. Drop it in the comments if you do know who got man of the match. Yeah, guys, let's jump across to the ratings. Alisson didn't have much to do. I'm going to go with a standard 7.5. Van Dijk and Gomez were really good, solid, consistent. They go for an 8. Robertson and Trent, I think the back line was pretty much like for like, to be fair. I'm going to go for an 8 all across the back, in fact. So 8 for Trent, 8 for Robertson. The commander, our conductor, Jordan Henderson, just, yeah, at it again, just boss. Just brilliant, commanding, does what he has to do, full of energy, organisation, keeping it simple. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. I think Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'm going to go for, I thought it was one of his better games. He was ready in and amongst it. He was defending soundly as well, tracking back, saw no gaps, and he got the goal. Wicked break from the halfway line, just over the halfway line. I think I'm going to go for probably an 8 as well, actually. Jumping up from maybe 7.5 to an 8 because of the goal. Wijnaldum was quite quiet this game, just done what he had to do. I'm going to go for a 7.5 for Wijnaldum. Firmino, I'm going to go for a 7.5. Divock, go for a 7.5. And Salah, going to go for probably an 8. I know he got the goal. Probably go for an 8. So no outstanding performances. All of them quite equal, which does explain the result pretty much. It was a consistent performance, and yeah. Substitutions, guys. So Trent Alexander-Arnold came off for Fabinho. Jordan Henderson dropped into Fabinho. Jordan Henderson dropped into Trent's position at right back. Fabinho took Jordan Henderson's spot in the centre of midfield. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain made way for Naby Keita, who played on the right. Gini Wijnaldum switched to the right, and Naby Keita played on the left side of midfield. And then lastly, Curtis Jones got game time coming on for Origi. I'm going to give all three of these guys pretty much a 7.5 because, no, I'm going to give Fabinho a 7, I'm going to give the other two a 7.5. The other two were pretty standard. Created a little bit when they came on, looked like a sparkle, looked like they had a bit of fire in their stomachs. Fabinho, couple errors soon on. One nearly cost Trent scoring the own goal. I know it wasn't Fabinho that kicked it, but you know, it was an error for Fabinho, and luckily Trent escaped without scoring an own goal. So yeah, Fabinho still looking rusty. He's like 4 or 5 games in now. Like, you know, little bits, and I don't know, man. I mean, could it be possible that he doesn't ever see that form he had again before his injury. Oh, I'm getting a bit nervous, man, because you know he has been getting altogether. He's probably played 45 minutes with like the little bits and bobs that. Wow, he's a good one to put in the Shrewsbury game. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, why not play Fabinho in the Shrewsbury game? I don't know, guys. Is what it is. No yellow cards for us. Diop and Noble picked up a yellow card each. That's the thing. I mean, if you're dominating the game and you've got possession of the ball, you actually don't get any yellow cards or red cards either. And that's another thing of what we do, which is really good, is when we dominate the ball, we cause opposition to get yellow cards and red cards and give away penalties. So yeah, it is a comfortable victory, guys. My prediction was 3-0. My predicted scorers was Salah, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Firmino. Firmino got close, wasn't quite there. A substandard game. I thought I was going to do it, man. When I saw Ox put in the second one, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get it right. Prediction 3 for me. I was so wanting Firmino to score. But yeah, 3 goals too many. So guys, now we move on to Southampton at home. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, I have decided on my starting 11 for this weekend's game against Southampton from Anfield, and I've gone with the team you see: Alisson, Van Dijk, Gomez, Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Henderson, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Wijnaldum, Divock Origi, Firmino and Salah. It is the same lineup that beat West Ham away to West Ham in our last game 2-0. The bench, however, guys, has got one change. I'm not sure if I really like that change anymore, so I might switch it back. We go with Adrian, Matip, Lovren, Fabinho, Keita, Minamino, and the change is Shaqiri. Originally, I had Curtis Jones, who I have dropped back down onto the Angry Birds bench. But thinking about it, if Divock Origi does decide, if he does start and he decides to make way later on in the game, we don't have a left-sided. Well, Minamino can play there, Shaqiri could play there, but the thing is, Curtis Jones does play on the left side of the pitch, whether it's left of the centre 3, left of the midfield 3, or left of the front 3. So I don't really know. There's no point putting. Minamino is more of a he can play across there, but he prefers Roberto Firmino's position, just behind the middle of the 3. And even Shaqiri probably would prefer the middle of the 3 or Salah's position. So to put both of them out on the left doesn't really make much sense. So yeah, Curtis Jones probably, but I think, I'm not sure when the Shrewsbury game is. It's usually like a 2 weeks time or 3 weeks time after the first game, the replay that is. So I'm not sure. I mean, maybe he won't be an option because we've got that game coming up, the replay soon or what. And he's going to play in that, obviously. Another option, obviously, is Lallana, who I think is probably going to be back. But I'm just going to keep him on the injury list for now. In fact, Shaq might not even be back. But it was said that Shaq was fit about 2-3 weeks ago. I think it was just after the Man United. For Wolves, I think he was declared fit. But he hasn't been in the squad. So, and then there's been that transfer. That's another thing I think has probably kept him out of the frame. Is the whole transfer fiasco with Inter Milan. Were they going to sign him? Weren't they going to sign him? Something about the amount and what we want for him, and if we don't want to loan him out, and we need our players because of all the games and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to go with seeing Shaqiri back on the bench. Also, you don't really need Matip and Lovren both on the bench. Nico Williams was there, and he's a decent replacement. But Nico Williams obviously is not a newbie, but he's coming up. He's a youngster, so it's easy to axe him off for a bigger personality and more experienced player in Lovren and Matip. Matip definitely should be there, and I think Klopp is a huge admirer of Lovren. He loves him personality, and I think sometimes his personality and his mentality just gets him onto the bench. He shouldn't really be there. I mean, we could have another attacking prospect on the bench in his place. Trent could do a job down the left side if anything happened to Robertson. So therefore, you could have Williams on the bench. Gomez can play right back if Trent gets an injury. You know, Gomez comes on, and one of the centre backs come on. I mean, why do you really need 2 centre backs? You don't. They're only there because, you know, Klopp has them both fit, and it's a little bit of, I don't know, guys, but they're not there because Klopp wants them in the squad. They're just there. I'm pretty sure one of them will disappear out of the squad. I just don't know which one. I mean, Motm was in the last. They played together against Shrewsbury. Before that, Motm was there, but Lovren wasn't. I don't know if I think Lovren was fit. He just didn't make the squad. And now, obviously, they're both on the bench again They was both on the bench again for the West Ham, and I think one of them is going to drop. Yeah, Klopp does this thing where he recycles players. So it's almost like he puts, like, Lovren trains good, and then Lovren makes it onto the bench during training or something. Maybe Lallana is good, or Milner gets good again. So they take Lovren's place on the bench, and Lovren's dropped from the squad. It ain't just Lovren. It's like, it could even be like Motm drops. Like, it's almost like the performance in training determines whether you get into the squad. Like, maybe Nico Williams had a really good training session, and so he was on the bench last game when Lovren didn't have such a good training session, and so he wasn't in the squad. So like, Klopp does this thing with certain players where there's a pattern, and it's like he gets them happy because they're on the bench, and then he brings them back down, and then he puts them back on the bench the next game. And then the next game, he does it with Lallana as well. Like, Lallana they don't know whether they're coming or going. Just because you're on the bench doesn't mean you're always on the bench. Even Naby. Generally, Naby's on the bench, but that bench rotates, man. And so does Shaqiri. Like, it's literally, the subs is about, if you perform in training, or you look good in training, you look sharp, you make your way onto the bench. Yeah, for sure, definitely. So it's really difficult, but one of those defenders, when Milner comes back, one of those guys, Motm or Lovren, will drop out the squad, because Milner is very handy all over the pitch. Midfield, left back, right back, centre midfield, even, like, arguably, you know, he could probably do a job in Divok's position, James Milner. So yeah, guys, but this is my predicted starting line. I'm just going to stick with the bench. It's likely Curtis Jones will retain his place. Klopp doesn't really change much, but I do think the bench, probably Lovren would drop out, and I probably think Curtis Jones would drop out, and I'll say maybe Lallana comes back, and then obviously Shaqiri comes back onto the bench. So guys, my predicted man of the match, I've gone this time for Jordan Henderson. He's in good form. I think he's going to continue his good form against Southampton, and it's at home. I'm going to even chuck in a goal for him, actually. He's in that good a form. Why not? So I'm going to try 3-0 again. We are due a 3-0. All these 2-1s and 2-0s and 1-0s. We are due a 3-0. So I'm going to go for 3-0. I'm going to go for Jordan Henderson. I'm going to go for Mo Salah. And I'm going to go for Roberto Firmino. He's got to get one at Anfield, surely. We'll go for Roberto Firmino. So Firmino, Salah and Henderson. They're my scorers. And I've gone for 3-0 victory. Okay, so guys, this has been the preview for Liverpool versus Southampton from Anfield. I've been the Red Mist LFC Ninja. Now let's do this, guys.